Talking about, and we talked about this earlier just briefly, but you worked behind the scenes in WWE for 15 years, 12 years?
Close to 19, like
behind
18,
the scenes.
19, yeah.
So what was your, the working relationship with Vince? Like, what did he expect from you, and did he need, hey, Dean, I need you to do this? Or kind of what was your relationship with him on a working standpoint?
It was fun. It's
I would assume he trusted you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we had a great relationship, like the beginning and the middle. It really wasn't bad at the end either. It's just that I just thought it was time for me to go.
Yeah.
And, join someone else's show type of deal. But, Vince is very stern, and he's, and it's his show, and we get that. I don't think he expected anything less than perfection, or didn't want anything less than perfection. I think he trusted me a lot. Just going out there and helping talent and trying to get the best match and camera angles and teach guys the business a little bit and help them out. Kind of what I do here. That's really back there as a producer, you were called a producer or / an agent. Funny story. So we were at the the Hammerstein Ballroom. Is when Vince said, from now on, there's no more agents. I don't know what agents do. You're now a producer because you help produce the matches. So from this day forward, you're kind of like a producer. So I couldn't help myself. I raised my hand and yes, Dean. I go, do producers make more money than agents? And he goes, no, pretty much the same.
All right, I'll do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I'm a producer.
Right. Was it hard sometimes being in the gorilla position where Vince is there watching, and then when you have your match that you're producing, you have to sit down with the headphones on as well?
Right.
Was there times that it gets a little abrasive up there, or what's the reactions that you?
Yeah, again, you put on a live telecast most of the times, and you want it to be the best you can. And again, it's his show, and if he wants to scream at you, yell at you, that's his business. And sometimes you can be extremely hardened to work in that kind of job and that kind of environment. It's not the easiest environment to work into. There's a lot of guys that could have been really good producers who have looked at me and go, "There's no way in hell I would ever take that job." I couldn't do what you do. I used to hear that a lot. I still hear that. I couldn't do what you do, and it is. It's a very taxing job. It's very stressful because there's expectations of you to succeed every night and make sure things are different. So it was a ride, for sure.
Is it ever hard being a producer when you're putting together a match? Because obviously I'm sure there's nothing better than when a match goes great and you are behind it.
Of course.
And nothing worse than when it doesn't work out.
Well, one time there's a match and I clicked on and Vince, he said, who is this? And I said, it's Dean. I know. He said, who is this? I go, it's me, which he hated pronouns. And I said, well, yeah. So he wanted to talk about the match. I said, well, if you like the match, it's Dean's. If you don't like the match, it's Steve Kearns. Steve wasn't even working there. I think Steve quit before that. But you had to be very selective and very careful when you wanted to play around with Vince. Because if you didn't want to, then you knew that real quick.
Right.
There's sometimes he liked that, back in the day, he liked to have fun with the boys. Mm-hmm. You could joke with them, stuff like that. But there's also a time for you don't do that.
Right, exactly. When you had your last few years, though, like for example, we always worked together. You were what other guys did you always work with? Or do they still have that there?
I don't know if they still have that there. I think everybody kind of works with everybody.
Gotcha.
And I think TJ, I think he works with the girls a little bit. Jamie works a lot with the Miz's and kind of top guys with Michael Hayes. Yeah. And I think it's just whatever the card is that night.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like before Cena was always with Arn. And
yeah. There was a piece of paper that came out that had you're the producer and here's the guys under you.
Gotcha.
But they never kind of really that was written, but it never really worked that way.
Yeah.